we are live. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Respect Their Craft. This is episode number 111 here, as we are joined by the ugly duckling himself, Rob Killjoy. How's it going, brother?
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Is this thing
Yes, we
on?
can hear you. We can hear you there. There you
Hello.
go.
Quack, quack.
There you go.
Oh, look.
Good
My
evening, brother.
face. I can see myself.
There you go.
Oh, that's not good.
Hey, the people want to see you, though. This is why they're
I
here.
doubt
This
that.
is where they're tuning in.
Very much doubt that.
Hey, there's a lot of people that want to see you, especially this weekend. We have lots to talk about coming up with this weekend because you're going to be a very busy duckling here. So,
Absolutely.
lots going on.
Absolutely. New York. New York.
Yep. We'll be getting into that just a little bit. But before we get into that, Rob, I have to ask you the question I ask everyone that comes on. You heard the name of the podcast. It's called Respect the Craft. So when you hear that term, the craft, what does that mean to you?
The craft means anything wrestling. Professional wrestling is, man, there's a lot under that umbrella. That's a very, very big definition it could be. It's all over the place. Like, say, wrestling. The craft, I would say, is just being able to perform wrestling or be involved in wrestling anyhow. It's I don't know how to explain it. The craft is wrestling is just all encompassing. Wrestling is whatever you want it to be. Wrestling is everything. Wrestling's the coolest, the illest, as the kids say.
Hey, there you go. That's a perfect answer right there. But now let's go into a little bit more here, because especially for people watching at home, let's talk a little bit about why that name is there. Why, again, you're called the ugly duckling for a reason. Let's talk a
Yes.
little bit about this, the group itself. How did the Ugly Ducklings come to be with Coach Mikey, Lance Lude, and once in a while, because he's not too fond of the Ducks lately, Colby Karina?
Well, so our coach Mikey was down on his luck one day. All right, he's fired from his job as a pizza delivery driver, and then he found these little ducks in a puddle on the side of the road, a puddle of toxic waste, swimming around, flapping around, and he took us, he nurtured us, and we grew up to be the fine young ducklings that you see today before you. But the real story is
I was
real
gonna say
story
that
is that
sounds like a certain teenage turtle situation, but
they stole that from us. We got our patents pending.
there you go.
Well, I've been wrestling for over 18 years now. Colby's been wrestling since he was a fetus, apparently. Lance Lude, he's been wrestling a long, long time too, because he's like 86 years old. He's a pretty old duck. Well, Lance and I, we were part of the juniors division at PWX, and that was in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. Well, we teamed a little bit, and we really liked it, so we wanted to start teaming more. Well, we weren't on the next show, but the next month we were in a 6-man with Colby, and neither of us knew Colby well, but we knew Colby, and we all just had great chemistry, and we just clicked. And I had told the announcers and stuff to call us the Ugly Ducklings because I thought it's funny. I put it on Facebook or something. Nobody's approved it or anything, and I don't think they did, but I put it out on social media, and then next show the crowd was quacking at us, and then I didn't realize. I was like, we could just be ducks. I just thought it was a funny name. I didn't even think about the duck aspect of it. I just thought, well, we look like this, so we fly around. And then Coach Mikey, he had managed me at in Georgia at this promotion called Flatline Wrestling. Well, they had shut down, and he was just kind of around. But I thought he'd be a great fit for us. And I mean, I think that I've got pretty good taste, if I could say so myself. I nailed it.
Hey, there
Quack,
you
quack.
go, because it definitely has been a mainstay in a lot of promotions now. Everywhere you talk about tag team wrestling, the Ducks have to be mentioned here. And here we go. We got our good pals all the way from across the pond saying, just logged into YouTube and saw you had Rob on. Quack,
Oh, I
quack,
know this
quack.
dude.
There you go. There you go. Gotta love that. But so definitely, what a great story there, and it's been a great thing to see how the Ducks have been around, and hoping to see you guys be able to bring the Ducklings back to our side here in the tri-state area
Well, you
sometime
never
soon.
know. You never know. I mean, Lance is now recovered from colon cancer. This is the second time he's beaten cancer in his life,
There you
and
go.
he's now
Shout out to
accepting
him.
bookings again. So we'll be back before you know. We'll be back up that way. You'll see.
Hey, there you go. We'll just talk about in a little bit when it comes to one promotion that I can imagine you guys have your eyes on those tag team championships. But we'll be talking in that in a little bit. Let's get to this one first because we start off the weekend this Saturday here at Battle
Saturday.
Club Pro. It will be Welcome to New York City. Battle Club, Federated, and the Fallout Shelter all coming together to bring this show. And you have a championship opportunity there. It's going
I
to be
do.
a six-way for the Nemesis Battleweight Championship. We just had the guy that would be your special guest referee on
Yeah.
that night on yesterday. I don't know
Yeah.
if he's too fond of you. He wasn't very nice with his comments.
Well, I'm
But
not fond of him. He's allowed to feel that way. He's also allowed to get over it. The feeling is mutual.
hey, there you go. But your thoughts on this one? It's going to be you fighting 5 other competitors there. You have A Game, Colossal Mike Law, Abraham Khan, Dominic Gennaro, and Encore Moore, all vying here for that Nemesis Battleweight Championship.
Well, that's a lot of guys, like I say. But if you know me, if you know this duck, I thrive in any situation. I adapt like water off a duck's back. That match is going to go. See, duck puns. Well, I mean, you could ask anybody. You could ask one of the wrestlers I respect the most, Jason Kincaid. There's nobody better at multi-man matches than Rob Killjoy. And this ugly duckling, I've tasted gold so close to tasting gold at Battle Club Pro. Lance and I, we were almost the tag team champions, the first tag team champions. Lost to ours. I was almost a franchise champion. I went through 3 grueling matches and a knee injury. And I couldn't get the job done against Mick Drake. So you see, I've come this close, and that makes me want it so much more. So Nemesis Battleweight Championship, I feel that Rob Killjoy's got this in his bag. That's me. I'm Rob Killjoy, by the way.
Just for anyone watching, just to make sure they know that is who we're speaking to at this moment right now. Just in case we can't read the title there as well. But I just looked up because MGB reminds us about this. I skipped through a date because your weekend is going to be a whole weekend actually.
Absolutely. Oh, it always is.
That's going to be a busy weekend because you're actually going to be starting the weekend.
I've only got 3 shows this weekend. That's a roughly average. That's not very busy for me if you know the schedule I keep.
Oof, that's even crazier statement right there, though. To imagine that.
Well, I mean, 2 of them are in New York.
There.
2 of them are in New York, so I won't even have to come back down this way to go to Florida or something. So I mean, it might be a pretty easy weekend travel wise, considering.
Yeah, there you go. But hey, let's talk about that because Friday you will be at GCW there. You're looking to get some tag titles.
Absolutely.
You and Lance there going for those GCW tag titles. So let's talk about that. Your thoughts going there against Extremo Miedo and Ciclope.
Oh man,
sorry.
Man, I mean, I've seen them wrestle a few times now while I've been on GCW shows, and they're insane. They're crazy, but they're also very talented. And I'm looking forward to mixing it up. I mean, as I always say, nobody does sprint matches like the Ducks. So we're going to have a little cardio party. We're going to see what happens because I think it's time for the Ducks to walk away with the GCW tag titles. I've got a weekend filled with championship opportunities, and I don't plan to lose in any of these matches. I plan to make my bag a little heavier this weekend. So GCW, I mean, we've been there a few times now. They're coming back to our home base of Charlotte. I mean, it'd be foolish not to have the Ducks in our own pond make a splash. So, I mean, I can't think of a better way to make a splash than to win those GCW tag team titles and guarantee some job security.
Hey, what a way there, especially in the home turf there, the home pond, as you say. What a way to make a big statement there. Win some GCW tag titles. And what a way to start the weekend. Again, with 3 championship opportunities, it would be a perfect way to just go through the whole weekend winning not 1, not 2, but 3 separate championships. But now let's go into this because we talked about tag team championship opportunity. We went into the battleweight championship opportunity. Now let's go to Saturday here. Sunday, actually. Sunday is going to be at Callis Wrestling here. Rock the Bell House live from Brooklyn. It is going to be for that Callis Heavyweight Championship. It will be defending champion, the All-Father Darius Carter, Hot Sauce, Tracy Williams, and yourself, Rob Killjoy, all fighting for that coveted Catalyst Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Your thoughts going into this one, especially after the last time we saw you in Catalyst Wrestling? It was you versus Colby in one of the just most gruesome matches we've seen in Catalyst Wrestling.
That was undoubtedly the hardest fight I've ever had. Not, I don't mean just physically. I mean emotionally, spiritually. Colby was my best friend, and things ended up not working out for us. And so we had to do what we had to do. And that match didn't quite go my way, unfortunately. But Sunday at Catalyst Wrestling, I plan to redeem myself because Darius Carter's just an asshole, man. I apologize for my language, but he's just not a good person. Tracy Williams is somebody who is a very, very skilled professional wrestler, an excellent technical wrestler, and I'm looking forward to mixing up with him. I've never been in the ring with him. Darius Carter, however, the only reason that I'm happy that he's in this match is because he has something I want. That's the Catalyst Heavyweight Championship. So I'm going to take that from him, and then I'm going to put Catalyst Wrestling on my back, and I'm going to get back into the true form that the Ugly Ducklings had before. Colby, regardless of things that have happened between us, things are not over. But for now, my focus is elsewhere. That was the hardest fight I've ever had, the hardest match I've ever had, and I lost, and I have a hard time accepting that, but I have no choice. I have to accept that. Again, I need to focus on this Sunday. I need to focus on Hot Sauce Tracy Williams. I need to focus on Darius Carter. I need to focus on the Catalyst Heavyweight Championship.
There you go. But no, I do have to also ask about when it comes to Catalyst Wrestling as well. I can imagine once, especially if that championship is able to come home with you, your eyes are still going to be on Colby Carino and another former friend of yours. Again, former ally, now turned foe. One half of the former Catalyst Tag Team Champions with you, the Infinite Man himself, TIM, which both TIM and Colby have their own problems on Sunday, as they'll be going against Jack Evans and Homicide. But I can imagine things still aren't over with you and TIM either.
No, you're absolutely right. Now, first, I'd like to say neither of them have to worry about me getting involved in their matches. I respect Homicide and I respect Jack Evans too much to interfere in their business. But understand, Tim and Colby are still in my sights. You know, whether it's White Mike in Georgia, whether it's Tim, whether it's Colby, I'm starting to think that maybe I'm the issue. Maybe I'm the problem because they keep turning their backs on me. And I mean, all I ever did was be there for them. All I ever did was help them. And then they stab me in the back, and that's fine. I understand. But they know me a little better than that. And they know that I don't forgive. I damn sure don't forget. So, Tim, again, after this Sunday, you're in my sights too. Former tag team champion, former best friend, the godfather to my son, and you go align yourself with Colby. And I understand. You don't have to tell me why, but I'm going to find out one way or another. I promise you that.
There we go. And last question I do have to ask, especially when it comes to Catalyst Wrestling. Now that, again, thankfully, Lance Lude is in recovery now. He's back to being able to take bookings. Are those Catalyst Tag Team Championships also on your sites here with the Tri-State Saints still? They're still making fun of what they were able to do when it was 2-on-1 against you. Basically 3-on-1.
Yeah, what they were able to do when it was 2-on-1. That's good for them. Brag away. Walk tall. But let me tell you one thing. All right. Any championship is in my sights, whether it be the Catalyst Heavyweight Championship, whether it be the Tag Team Championship, whether it be the Battle Club Nemesis Battleweight Championship. It doesn't matter. Any title that is in my sights for a reason. Now I want all the titles at Catalyst. Make me triple, quadruple champion. That's fine. Lance Lude is coming back. The Ugly Ducklings will return to form because the Ugly Ducklings, we just a few years ago, we were the talk of the independents. And, sometimes things didn't quite go our way. Lately, things didn't quite go our way. But as you said, Lance is back. We're going to end it on a positive note because Lance beat Cancer, and these other tag teams think that they could beat us now. No, Cancer couldn't beat Lance. So what makes you so sure you can?
There you go. That's a statement right there. And again, can't wait to see you guys back together again, especially in that Callus ring. But here we go. We got Matt Awesome. There we go. Oh, we have Matt Awesome saying, "See you this weekend, Rob. Hope all is well." There you go. Matt Awesome will also be at Battle Club this weekend. So
right, quack at you, Toots.
There we go. But now let's go down a little bit here. We got another event coming up the following week. Again, the schedule does not stop. Let's talk about this right here. Fallout 23, brought to you by KFW here. It's going to be Rob Killjoy going head-to-head with Tyler Franks. Talk to us a little bit about this and what the fans can expect going into that event next weekend.
Oh, well, Tyler Franks, we've actually made contact, I believe, once before in a four-way match. We've never done one-on-one, so this is going to be a first time ever. It's going to be the Duck Man versus the Hot Dog Man. And, I mean, I don't know the kid that well, but he's got a pretty punchable face. So I think I'm going to hit him pretty hard, and I'm going to beat him pretty bad. But this is professional wrestling, kid, and that's what you signed up for. So get ready. You're going to learn some lessons from an 18-year veteran.
There you go. And let's mention that as well. You've said it twice, and it's insane to think about 18 years in this business.
Absolutely. That's more than half my life. I've been wrestling since I started when I was still in high school, and that doesn't count the backyard wrestling that nobody's supposed to talk about. But I started when I was still in high school, and I've never taken breaks. I've been hurt a lot, but I've rarely been injured where it required any time off. Even when the pandemic started, I was only off 6 weeks because there were shows in Tennessee about the way where I found them, started getting booked again, and then just worked up my schedule again back to the way it used to be because I don't like days off. I like to wrestle as much as possible. I like to make money. I like to sell T-shirts. I like to drop people on their heads. I like to hit people in the face. So just like I've got that show KFW, but then the day after that I'm at PWF in Newport, North Carolina, wrestling Jada Stone. The day after that I'm at RWA in High Point, North Carolina.
Yep.
There it is. Boom. Competing against Chance Profit for his Extreme Championship in a steel cage match. I just had a cage match this past Saturday.
Again, the schedule does not stop with you. It just keeps going and going. But that's a good thing as well.
If I stop, I'll fall apart though. That's when I'll fall apart. If I stop, that's when I'll feel it much more than I do already. I'll sleep even less then.
Got you. No, but I do have to ask that, especially being 18 years in, what is that motivation for you to want to keep that schedule just constantly going, and what keeps you wanting to still do this? Because again, I can imagine throughout the years there has to be those ups and downs that you're like, is this still something I want to do?
Well, I've never given it a second thought. Like I've never thought about quitting. I've never thought about taking a break. I don't take weekends off. As I always hashtag tweets or whatever, don't forget to love wrestling. Don't forget to love wrestling. I love wrestling, and that's what motivates me. A lot of people, it's not one of those, I want to go get booked. Let me check with my girlfriend or my mom or something first. That's just not how it works. So I love wrestling, and that's all I ever wanted to do. I had my first match, and I accomplished my dream. So everything else is just a bonus. I like to keep my schedule like this because I remember whenever I was wrestling once a month or having to beg for bookings and just scrape and claw and try to find anything I could. And I stay booked up because I cast a wide net and I still reach out. I don't wait for them to come to me. If I did that, I would not stay booked up nearly as much. And I tell the younger wrestlers this all the time. But just my love for wrestling that knows no bounds. It's like it's boundless. Sans bounds.
You gotta love that. And again, that's a perfect reason why, especially I wanted to have you on, because I've heard this before, and I've heard how you have that true love and passion for this. So that is awesome to hear because again, you do hear it a lot of times. Some people do forget to love wrestling; they fall out of love with it,
Yeah,
and
they
it is
get
great to
spoiled.
hear.
They complain. It's like, don't forget, we're like, this is all I ever wanted to do. Don't take it for granted. Sure, it gets frustrating. Sure, it's hard. Sure, it hurts. It's not for everyone. It's emotionally taxing. It's physically exhausting. It's hurts. But that's what this is. That's the name of the game. This is what we always wanted to do. So suck it up and deal with it.
Hey, definitely. There you go. But again, this month alone, that many bookings, and then it just keeps going. Like I'm looking now at the schedule. There's even more announced. I'd even
Oh, you should see
pick up
my
the
actual
graphic.
calendar. You should just see the stuff I haven't even been announced for yet.
That is insane. Well, I do know another. You're coming back in February, just like that, to New York with Warriors of Wrestling. That's been
I
announced.
am.
So you'll be coming
And
back
guess who's
to.
there with me? Guess who's there with me?
I saw the flyer. I saw Coach Mikey. So
No, they put Coach Mike on there. He's not going to be there. Lance Lude.
there you go.
Yeah.
Someone needs to get that graphic guy because I was like, we're gonna bring just Coach Mikey
Uh,
and not Lance.
I just saw the graphic earlier. So they're gonna they put out I believe they released the match. We're working their tag team champions, I believe. Two of the guys who were in the Project Codename Wrestling show we were on.
There you go. Oh yeah, that's something else. I was gonna get to that as well because we have to talk about this promotion here, especially that I got the nudge from Pete Rosado to talk about this as well. Let's talk We Are Wrestling because you did represent We Are Wrestling.
I absolutely did.
Project Codename Wrestling. You were part of the Escape from New York tournament there, where again Pete Rosado continues to say this, and I feel definitely it shows especially the heart and soul We Are Wrestling there, where you've had some just insane matches, even getting to wrestle against Jay Lethal last year. So how has that been with you being a part of We Are Wrestling, getting to represent them in a tournament like that at Escape from New York?
Well, We Are Wrestling. That's I've known Peter for about five or 6 years now, and he was one of the first ones to bring us up to New York, and I have a good working relationship with Peter, and there's a lot of respect between us, and I just feel like I've shown what I could offer. I mean, I never phoned it in. I've never had a match that lacked anything other than 100% effort, and I think that's shown through. I think he recognizes that. He's not making it up when he says, I am the heart of We Are Wrestling. And I've said it before, I am wrestling. We are wrestling. And that's exactly how I feel about it. I've got a lot of respect for We Are Wrestling. I think that it's going to keep going, keep growing bigger, getting better. And I want to be the one responsible for that. So I consider it a home away from home. Battle Club, We Are Wrestling. My home's away from home.
There you go. No, definitely you could see it, and especially also Callous Wrestling. You've been there almost from their new revamp here. We've definitely seen what you can do with the company, and I can imagine what's in store as well. So,
absolutely. No, I'm excited to see because I mean, whenever I become their champion, I mean, nobody's gonna know what to think. They're gonna be like, Rob Killjoy is the champion. That seems odd. We better tune in to find out exactly what's going to happen. Oh, ratings is what they say.
Hey, there you go. But now let's get into this because we talked about confirmed days. We talked about opponents you already have announced. But let's talk about this again. I can imagine you want to fight the world, but if you had to pick, is there anyone that you haven't gotten to face so far, be it in tag action, be it in singles, or whatever combination they could throw at you? Is there anyone on that list of yours that you do want to face this year?
Well, I would definitely say a dream match would be the Ugly Ducklings versus the Briscoes. I would definitely love for the Ugly Ducklings to wrestle Nick Wayne and Jordan Oliver sometime, and you never know, that could already be in the works. Singles wise, I would love to wrestle just anybody. You name them, I want to wrestle them. I'd love to wrestle Jay Lethal again. I'd love to wrestle Anthony Green again. I'd love to beat Darius Carter.
Well, that could happen Sunday. That's
the plan. That's the plan. I gotta get focused on my other two matches before then, but I'm trying not to look past those because I've got a little tunnel vision for him right now, but that's beside the point. Man, he just put me on the spot. I want to wrestle Yokozuna. I want to wrestle the Mantar. I want to wrestle Leaf Casty, not Al Snow, but Leaf Casty. Are those acceptable answers? No, but really, anybody right now. I think Steve Pena is very talented. I would love to wrestle him. I'd love to wrestle Masha Slamovich. She's great. Janai Kai. I just anybody.
There you go.
You
I can
you
already
name
see it
them,
now.
I want to wrestle them.
Promoters just writing down names like these are going to make us money. I can see it now. Just all promoters being like, these are some great matches, especially Pete, because a few of those are also part of the We Are Wrestling roster. So again, 2023 is going to be interesting to say the least there. There you go. We got our good friends Wes and Kyle in the chat saying hello and love there. There you go.
Hello, Kyle and Wes. Quack,
there
quack.
We go. Rob versus
See, he's got the right idea. He gets it.
There you go. That'd definitely be a great match to see again, to see that clash of styles. Or hey, again, now that the Ugly Ducklings are back in full effect, maybe that tag match, maybe Rob and Lance versus Masha and Akira.
Maybe, because I've never wrestled Akira either, and I would love that.
That could be a possibility right there. And again, I knew he would be listening. There's Pete Rosado in the chat. Just with the thought already thinking. There you go, Pete. Just clip a few things, Pete, and just start booking. When you hear it, just remember you heard it here on the podcast first, though, Pete. Just give us a little thanks. That's all.
It's just contribute some funds to sponsor the podcast.
There you go. But again, Rob, I don't want to take up too much more of your time here because you're a busy man. So before I let you go, I have to ask you now this final question here, and that is for Rob Killjoy, what is the end goal?
The end goal for Rob Killjoy? I'm just gonna wrestle until I die. Like, I plan to wrestle longer than George South and Ricky Morton put together. Or unless I die in like 2 weeks, which is very possible. You never know. But like I said, I achieved my dream, my very first match when I was 17 years old. Everything else is just a bonus. I love wrestling. Everything I get to do, even when I'm mad, even when I'm frustrated, even when I'm hurt, even whenever I'm tired, I never forget to appreciate that I'm getting to do the thing I've wanted to do since I was a little kid. Ever since I can remember. I don't have a first memory of wrestling. I just have been watching it as long as I remember. And this is all I've ever wanted to do. So from breaking beds, putting holes in the walls, whatever, getting in trouble, having to do time in the corner, whatever, wrestling has never left my mind. I've never wanted to do anything else. I'm never going to want to do anything else. Everything has always just been geared towards wrestling, whether it be jobs, living situations, dating situations, relationships, whatever. It's all been geared towards wrestling. Lose that job, lose that house, lose that girl, I'm still wrestling. That is what it is. I don't foresee myself taking time off. I don't see this changing because after 18 years, I don't think I'm just going to wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what? Never mind. No, I think this is cool. And if I don't go any further, I'll keep doing what I'm doing. If I go further and get signed, cool. I'll get fired in a year and then I'll come back to doing this and make more money. I'll charge them more. If I die next week, well, then that's not really worth worrying about, is it? I got nothing to worry about. Because, I can't. I'm dead. So you just never know. So
well, let's not hope for that. But Rob,
I didn't say anything about hopes. I'm a realist. All right.
Hey,
things happen, but that's why it's like I just want to wrestle, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to wrestle, and then one day I will die, and nobody will ever know what happened to me. They're just like, "Oh, he died in a wrestling ring somewhere."
Well, then
the legend lives on. There. The legend of Rob Killjoy. Write a ballad. Oh, I can't wait to see you guys either.
There you go. And here we go.
Quack, quack.
Saying you have a tournament to worry about. Yes, the We Are Wrestling Heavyweight Championship tournament will be coming to fruition this year as well. So,
well, I guess I'll have to stick around through March at least then, huh?
That's another championship to work.
Because you can't have bookings confirmed all the way in May. Tournament. You can't have a tournament for a championship without the heart of We Are Wrestling.
There you go. And also, there's a graphic already out for you in May. So you kind of have to stick around. You have bookings already.
You gotta
wait for that.
I
Here we
forgot
go.
they already put that out. Well, cards subject to change, they say.
And here we go. We got Pete saying George South and We Are Wrestling in 2023. This has been something Pete has been saying for a while. So if that match happens, we need to see that. And here we go.
Last time I wrestled George, he gave me a Bible that he signed and said he was going to tell the internet I could work.
Hey, that's a good approval right there. But here we go. Pete breaking some news. Let it be broken here. Rob Killjoy will be a We Are Wrestling sponsored athlete this Saturday at Battle Club Pro. There you go.
Okay, well, I'm taking 2 envelopes then. I'm going to be sponsored by them, and I'm getting one for Battle Club too.
There you go. All the money's for Rob Killjoy this weekend. Nice. Hey, and it's a bigger payday when you win a championship as well. So
that's true. Checks and championships. But that stupid Gino Gotts, get him out of my face.
Again, he wasn't too fond about anyone in that match. I don't know how Joe Keane put him in there, but
why is he in this? What's his
we
why?
Still don't know. We still don't know. I think he has pull somewhere. He knows something.
I've successfully avoided him so far. Never had to interact with him. Never had to talk to him. I see him across the room. I purposely avoid him. I don't go shake his hand. I don't say hello. All on purpose. And now he's interjected himself into my business where I'm going to have to depend on him to count to 3. That doesn't seem fair to me.
Well then, but again, that'll be
your
Saturday.
Bullshit, if you ask me.
it might be, but again, this is Saturday though. There you go. Oh, look at that. Pete says it's probably mob connections. It probably is. It probably is. So we'll have to deal with that Saturday.
I don't think I'm allowed to say that.
Well, let's not. Let's just say Pete did, and there you go. But again, guys, you have 3 chances this weekend to see Rob Killjoy. Friday we'll be at GCW. Saturday at Battle Club Pro, going for that Nemesis Battleweight Championship, and then end the weekend this Sunday in Brooklyn. Rock the Bell House as Rob Killjoy looks to become the next Catalyst Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. What a weekend it will be. But just to make sure you're staying up to date with all things Rob Killjoy, go follow him on his social media there. Links will also be in the description down below. But here you go. Follow on the Instagram there for all the ugly ducklings there. 3 mother duckers. Follow on Twitter there. I'm Rob Killjoy. There you go.
I'm Rob Killjoy. Again, that's me.
Links in the description down below. Also, to get your tickets for both Battle Club and Catalyst Wrestling, links will be in the description down below. And again, stay up to date with all things Rob Killjoy because that schedule is going to be just insane.
Tell them you bought tickets just to see me so they think I'm a draw and they pay me more money.
There you go. Make sure you say that, guys. Say that to the nice promoters there. They'll love to hear that.
I paid to see Rob Killjoy and only Rob Killjoy. I'm here to quack for the Duck Man. Is Mark Wing Duck here? The Million Mallard Man.
Hey, also get some merch though, because Rob does have a just insane merch table at these shows.
I got ducks, more ducks. I got duck bracelets. I got T-shirts. I got pictures, posters. I got pins. I got duck calls. I got stickers. Help me out, guys. I got duck bracelets. Come on.
Go buy some stuff, and there you go.
Seats.
There you go. That's what you want to hear. And here we go. We got our good friends, Everything Pro Wrestling. But guys, thank you so much for checking out the podcast here. Rob, thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you for having me.
No problem, brother. And everyone watching, as always, go check out and support independent wrestling. But also, don't forget to be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, respect the craft, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
And don't forget, I was very funny. You all had a great time. You can't wait for me to be back. I'll see you later. Thank you.